Let's look at the sales ladder. Have you ever walked into a store and at the front of the supermarket close to the door, there is a table set up and it has some nice display of snacks that you can sample. And beside it are a few shelves with packages of this product. And it appeals to you, and like many other passers-by, you stop and you take a sample. And then you decide, yes, I can work with this. I like it, it's good. And so you grab a package of the shelf and you put it in your cart, and as you head to the till, the cashier says to you, if you buy two, you'll get one free. And so you go ahead and you grab two and you get the third one free. Or you go on Amazon and you buy a product, and immediately after paying for the product, there is a package deal that pops up. If you buy the package deal, you get it at a discounted price. That is the value ladder. The value ladder is where something is offered at a low price or offered for free in order to get the client or the prospect interested in that product so they can see whether or not that product is something that can offer them value, with the hope that they will eventually purchase it. So as you prepare to grow your business, think about what can you offer at a low cost or free of charge to get your prospect interested in what you have to offer, to make them aware of what you have to offer. And as you think about that, you want to ensure that you are focusing not on the features of whatever you're offering, but focus on the outcome that it is going to give your prospect. When you target the outcome that people will get, it will make them more interested in what you have to offer. So yes, I've said it many times, but the reason I keep repeating it is so that you will not forget, because this is very critical when it comes to marketing your products. So put yourself in the shoes of your prospect whenever you're thinking of marketing your products. Think about what having value would mean to you. If you were to walk into a store and you get a sample of something, whether at low cost or for free, doesn't matter, and after trying it, you see where that product can really change your life, it can really make a difference in your life, would you be interested in getting that product? But what if you are interested in getting the product, but then the cost of the product is a little bit out of your reach? Would you then give up, even though you know that this product can actually change your life? Would you simply give up? Or would you do whatever it takes to ensure that you get that product because you want the result that it can give you? So sometimes it's not easy to make a decision when you don't have the resources to do the things that you want to do. But then that is where the difference between the successful person and the unsuccessful person comes in. Because the person who is unsuccessful, they will look and they will think that, okay, I do not have the means to get this, and so they will give up. The successful person, the person who have the successful mentality, will ask themselves, how can I get this? What can I do to ensure that I don't miss out on this opportunity? And so they will get resourceful and they will do whatever it takes legally, whatever it takes to get that product, because they know what it can mean for their future. So here are two questions that you can ask yourself that can help you to make a decision whether or not you're going to go all out to try and get that product that can make your life so much better. The first question you're going to ask yourself, what if I don't get this product? How would that affect my life? Well, for one thing, if you don't get the product, the outcome that you're seeking for your life, you won't get it. And say, for example, what you want is to start a worm farm so that you can provide for your family. If you don't get that product, say for you go and you find a supplier that sells worms and worm bins, and you want that worm bin because you know what it can mean for your garden. But then the price is out of your reach, and so you're really contemplating, should you get it? If you don't get it, will you be able to provide your own fertilizer? Will you be able to always find fertilizers in the store during these times when fertilizers are either unavailable or the cost of it is so high? Over the years, how much will it cost you every time you need fertilizer for your garden? How much will it cost you to keep going back and buying fertilizer? What if you have the money to buy the fertilizer and it's just not available? Would you be missing out on an opportunity to grow your own food because there is no means of providing nutrients for your plants? How much is that worth to you? And the next question that you will ask yourself is the opposite. What if I make the sacrifice and I get this product? What can it mean for my life? One, it means that you will never have to buy fertilizers ever again as long as you can keep your worms healthy. So how much would you be saving over the years to come if you make the sacrifice? And although it costs you initially more than you intended to spend, in the long run, how much are you saving over the years? Two, you will never have to deal with shortages of fertilizer. You will never have to face food shortages because you now have the means to grow your own. You will never have to deal with the high cost of fertilizer. You are now able to grow food that is going to grow at a faster rate because that's what worm casting does to your plants. Your plants are going to be healthier and stronger. Your plants are going to produce tastier food because that's one of the benefits. You are now going to be able to retain more moisture in your soil. You're going to be able to prevent soil erosion. There are so many benefits, not to mention the fact that when you have a worm farm, I've never met the person who has a worm farm that doesn't find it relaxing, that doesn't enjoy playing in the castings, watching their worms. And you'll be missing out on all of that if you don't make the sacrifice to get that worm bin started. Not to mention that further down the road, you might decide to turn it into a business. So when you ask yourself these two questions and you really think about the pros and the cons of getting that product, what is it worth to you? It's all a matter of perceived value. So again, put yourself into your client's shoes and then help them to see why they need what you have to offer. Make them aware of what you have to offer. And once you get them to the point where they see how what you have to offer can improve their lives, and they take you up on your offer, then you're going to move to the next stage in the value ladder. So let's take a look at this diagram of the value ladder. So we're going to start at the bottom of the value ladder. Here you offer your product free or at a low cost. And you're going to determine what that sample is going to be. So I have an example here. So sample of your worm castings. And this is going to help to create awareness of whatever product it is that you're offering. It is going to cause your clients create interest in your prospect so that they will see whether or not they can benefit from what you have to offer, and if they want to buy your product, which takes us to the next level where you offer something of higher value. In this case, it could be that you're offering worms or worm castings to your client. It could be anything, any product of your choice. So once the clients see that it can benefit them and they move further up the value ladder, after that, what next? What would they need in order to go forward and make their worm farming journey even better? So this is one question that you're going to ask yourself. And as you think about it, what product could you offer to make their journey better? In this case, you know, for example, that if you have a worm farm and if you are producing castings, you are going to need a sifter. So again, just an example, could you offer your client a sifter? So there you go, one step higher on the value ladder. But then is that all the client may need? What happens if the client is starting a worm farm for the first time, knows very little about worm farming, which is very constantly the case? What could you do to help that client? Could you possibly offer them a workshop or something of higher value? Or when the client is just getting started, they're still going to have their gardens or their farms that require castings. So could you supply them with bulk castings until their worm farm is producing enough casting for them? So you have to spend the time, you have to live in the minds of your clients, because when you live in the minds of your clients, that is how you're going to figure out what you can keep offering your clients to get them the success that they want. And when you make your clients successful, they in turn will make you successful. And when you keep adding value to your clients, it makes them loyal to you. And so whenever they come across others who want to start worm farming as well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to refer their clients, their friends, their family members, anyone they know who needs your services. They're going to say, go to this person because they're really good at what they do and they care about their clients. So sometimes though, as we think about what to offer on the value ladder, sometimes we come across roadblocks, mental roadblocks. So then what can you do to ensure that you keep supplying value to your clients? How about going back to when you first started with worm farming? What were some of the challenges that you faced when you were worm farming? What are some of the products that you needed, and you didn't, or products that you didn't even know exist, but once you learn about them, they had value to your life? Could you start to offer those on the value ladder for your clients? So that's just something to think about. So you know what it is that you want to offer, and so you just keep adding value to your clients. And as you create products to offer to your clients, it is important also to build a relationship with your clients. That is how you're going to get to know them. That is how you're going to get to know what their concerns are. That is how you're going to be able to tailor what you have to offer to meet their needs, so that you can keep your business successful even when you are dealing with economic crisis. So you create a relationship with your clients, and one of the ways that you can create a relationship with your clients, say for example, you offer the free product or low cost product here. You can call that client and ask them, what did you think about the sample that you got? Did you find it helpful? Or if they took up this offer and they move on to purchase your product, you can ask them, how are your worms doing? Don't be afraid to take up the phone and talk to your clients. Let them see that you are not just concerned about getting them money. Let them see that you are concerned about their success. That is how you make them loyal to you. That is how you get them to keep recommending your product, because they see that you are not just interested in what you can get from them, you are interested in their success. So take up the phone and ask them how things are going. Do you need any help? That can also be a part of your value ladder. As you sell worms or worm castings to your client, what are the benefits of worm castings? How can they use worm casting? These are things that you can help them with. So what if they need training on how to use the casting or training on how to use the worms? If they're having issues with the worms, can you offer where they can call you up and you have arranged a time to discuss the problems that they're having and help them to solve it? These are ways that you can add value to your value ladder. So keep that in mind as you grow your business, because the stronger the relationship, the more you reach out to your clients and show that you care, then the more loyal they will be, the better your business will be. And you'll be creating a brand that is unique to you, because how many of us have ever walked into any form of store and purchase something and we get follow-up as to whether or not we enjoy the product? And most times when somebody calls us and asks us about whether or not we enjoy the product that they offer, it is usually because they only want to sell us something else. It's never really because they care about us, because once they make that first call, it's always just about the product. It's never really about you. And not only is it just about the product, they will keep contacting you about buying more products, but there's never really anything that shows genuine concern. So that is where you're going to make yourself stand out, by creating that relationship with your clients where they know for a certainty that they can trust you because you have your best interest and their best interest at heart.